There we go. Can you hear me?
I can, yes, thank you.
You know, I recognize the belief of fear about awakening. I mean, I've certainly had that in the past,
Mhm.
but it has not felt present for me like in the last, I'll say, year to year and a half.
Mhm.
I would say, mostly actually since I've been working, I think, with you. I've been a member here for maybe a little over a couple of years now. But what I do notice is that I have this persistent impatience and envy. For example, when Rob was talking about having had this non dual experience or something, and I have never, at least not that I recognize as such, I've never had such an experience that gives me that kind of clarity of knowing.
Mhm.
I mean, I have experiences in my self inquiry of a presence.
Mhm.
So I don't see myself as just body mind, even though I do see body mind as part of me. I don't see myself as everybody mind. So there's something that's sort of in the way, it seems like. So I don't know. I'm just maybe if you have any kind of intuition.
Let me start by saying that for many, many years I was chasing a big experience. And I think one of the greatest blessings I had that I didn't realize at the time was that I never really had a great big huge life-changing experience. There were some kind of heart openings and loads of happy tears and things like that, shifts going on. But those experiences, when they come, that are so big, and sometimes they can actually make it worse for us because we've had this little taste of what's waiting. And I do
Mm-hmm.
say taste because any experience, no matter how amazing, does not compare to living as who you really are effortlessly because it's an experience. It's still filtered through a sense of a separate being. There's a me and an experience of oneness, or me and experience of love. And as attractive as that might sound, it can send us off for years down a rabbit hole trying to replicate that experience again. And my mind said, well, that would be a good problem to have. I'd still like to have a big experience. Thank you very much. I'll deal with the rabbit hole when it pops up.
Very, very familiar.
Yeah, yeah. So, having said all of that, can we recognize the experience that we're having right now? Because we have a tendency to overlook what seems ordinary. So, for a moment, just for 5 to 10 seconds, let's just listen to the silence together. And we can all do this. Just 5 or 10 seconds. So there is a silence that's in the background all the time, even underneath these words, even in between these words, not diminished by the words, contrasted to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the exact same thing that we would experience in any big, big, huge moment, any big experience that we were to find ourselves chasing. We've just experienced it here. Why doesn't it feel the same then? This is my mind's next question. If this is it, this silence or presence, why doesn't it come with all the fireworks that I hear so many beings describing that lead me to be insanely jealous and
Right.
trying to get the same thing. And that's because on some level, we don't value it, right? If
Yeah.
I say that this we're experiencing right now is exactly what we've been seeking, exactly what we want is here right now, would we stop and actually turn towards that silence, that presence, with the deepest curiosity? If I said, there's a door there, and behind that door is everything you wanted, but you can't go in yet. You'd be like, when can I go? When can I go? When? How about now?
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing with this moment. We're actually walking up to the door and going, nah, I'm sure that's not what I'm looking for, you know? If we open the door, yeah, that's nice, but that's not it, and we close it again. So instead of chasing some future moment, can we be more intimate with this moment? You see where I'm going with it, right? That
Yeah.
the one thing that's always here all the time that everyone's looking for, nobody really values it. When I started to get this, it was like, well, if the sages say that this silence and this moment is so amazing, maybe I should take another look at it. But even in our self-inquiry, we tend to go, yep, formlessness, yep, consciousness, check, next, or maybe not in those words. I'm experiencing myself as formlessness. Okay, let me move on to something else, and it's kind of forgotten and left behind. But something in this jealousy kind of culminated into this kind of uh, desire to experience what's here right now the same way the sages did. The peace, the bliss, the joy, the um, intimacy with all of life, all those wonderful things that are described. Where are we going to find it if not here and now? So all this is to say, we have to be at least as interested in what is not shouting for our attention as what is. We've been really interested in what's shouting for attention, thoughts, emotions, experiences, all of that. Can we bring that same fascination to looking at what is very quietly here all the time? We can get caught in trying to move towards something, right? All the time, or comparing ourselves to someone else's experience. If you gave me 10,000 experiences and said, you can have this right now, but I'll take your awakening, I'll be, no, thank you. Okay, a million then, 10 million, billion, trillion. None of it compares. An experience has a beginning and an ending. As beautiful as it is, or as horrible as it is, it all comes to an end, doesn't it? And what that experience is happening inside is indescribable in terms of what it is to live like that. So I'm just trying to inspire that same fascination and curiosity. What we are overlooking every moment is just silence, just presence. Can we bring that
Yeah.
same fascination to it?
Yeah. I've been doing the um, listening to silence meditation since you've been doing it this month, and there's a point in that guided meditation that you talk about, like, you'll discover something about silence you never knew or something, and I'm like, what?
What is it? Why didn't she just tell me?
What?
Yeah.
But I really, I can appreciate hearing the, I don't even know what the word is for, but there's some inspiration that I feel sort of coming from you, and I mean I feel it internally, like, okay, I'm dismissing something too quickly or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's none of our fault. We're all kind of programmed to be fascinated with phenomena, that which is coming and going and changing and experiences. But if the greatest treasure in the world is right here, right now, at some point we've got to stop and actually see what is actually here and
Yeah.
not stop digging deeper until you find what the sages are talking about. If I'm experiencing silences or presence as boring or just silence, what's the big deal? Or consciousness, yay, yeah, I'm conscious. So what?
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't feel exciting. It's just consciousness. If I'm experiencing it like that, it's because there's still some thoughts about consciousness that are in the way and not actually just experiencing it.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
Jealousy, it sucks, but it's actually one of the greatest tools that got me there because it wouldn't let me rest until I had the exact same thing. But instead of going forwards, it kind of eventually just turned inwards. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
The only way to find out what this moment really is. It's not just the thing on a clock. There's something much more profound.
Yeah.
But
What is here right now?
we're kind of constantly quietly dismissing it, right? The only purpose
Mhm.
of this moment is for me to get to the next moment where I'll have a nice big experience. It is in effect what I was doing the whole time. The only purpose of this moment is to read a book that's going to get me to where I want to be or attend some class or something, right? You can get a sense of it, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
It's everyone's question. It certainly was mine. Thank you, thank you. Lots of love.